and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about multiple choice strategies. So we've completed paper 2, which was the short answer or the essay type question paper, and now it is time for us to focus on paper 1, which features strictly multiple choice questions. So I've decided, why not share some strategies that you can use to make paper 1 a success. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content. So one of the first strategies that you can use is to budget your time wisely. Now you can do this by dividing the total minutes that you are given to take the exam by the number of questions that you are required to answer. So let's just say for example purposes, you are given 60 minutes to answer a total of 60 questions. You would then provide yourself with no more than a minute per question to ensure that you are making valuable use of the time that you are given. And not only do you want to divide those total minutes, but you also want to ensure that you monitor your time to ensure that you're not spending too much time on one particular question. Another thing to bear in mind is that no two individuals are the same. So for instances, some persons may not require an entire minute to answer a question, which would then provide them more time to do double checking or to recheck their answers if needs be. Moving on to strategy number 2, which would involve ignoring the answer choices. And basically what this does is it prevents you from allowing the answer choices to cloud your judgment or to prevent you from reading through the question carefully. Now for a standard multiple choice question, you are provided with 4 responses, 1 with the correct answer and 3 which are incorrect. Now the 3 remaining responses are often called distractors, and they're called so for a reason. Now this is because the distractors are normally written in such a way that they would appear to be correct at first glance. Now to prevent any form of distractions, one useful tip that you can use is to use a piece of paper or to just use your hand and cover the answer choices just for a brief moment while you take a good look at the question provided. Strategy number 3 involves reading the question carefully. So focus only on what is required, and this will enable you to ignore any extra information and to proceed to determine the correct answer. Another thing to note when reading the questions is you want to pay careful attention to keywords or key requirements of a question. For example, words such as not, either, except are normally in italic or normally placed in bold. These words can greatly affect the correct response, and oftentimes students tend to overlook these words, or they read the question so fast that they did not even realize that the word was there. Please pay special attention to these questions. So in addition to reading the question carefully, you want to ensure that you read the answer choices carefully as well. So even if the option A appears to be the correct choice, do not skip the remaining answer choices. Answers B, C, or D may be even better. Remember we spoke earlier about distractors. And then you want to also try to treat each answer choice as a true or false question as you analyze it. So in some cases, you may read the question and then you look at the first response and you say to yourself, oh, this is correct. This is the closest thing to the question or the closest thing to what the question is asking for. However, ignoring options B, C, or D may have a response that is even more appropriate for the type of question asked. The next strategy would involve attempting to answer the questions in consecutive order. So do not agonize over any one question. You want to try to ensure that you stay within the time budget that you would have allocated for each question. You can also mark any questions that you are unsure of with a question sign or an asterisk or a full stop to remind you to return to that question later. And in some cases, you may realize that questions that are further down on the question paper may help to assist you with answering a previous question. So the key thing to take away from this strategy is that it will prevent you from having any form of confusion while answering the question paper. Next strategy involves using the elimination method. Now this method is pretty simple. All it requires you to do is to cross out all the answers that you know for certain are incorrect, and then you would focus on the remaining answers. So there are some advantages to using the elimination method. The first one being that it will allow you to save time. And not only does it allow you to save time, but increases your chances of selecting the correct answer. Alright, so let's take a look at this multiple choice question from the 2012 question paper. Now we're going to use the elimination method to come up with the correct response. So the question reads, the main function of protein in the diet is... Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is to read through all of the answer choices. So option A says for energy, B for growth and repair, C for help in the absorption of iron, and D to help with the formation of bones. So using the elimination method, we are going to eliminate option C to help with the absorption of iron, and we're also going to eliminate option D to help in the formation of bones. Now we have two answer choices remaining, A for energy and B for growth and repair. Now both of these responses are functions of protein, however the question did ask for the main function. So we're also going to eliminate option A. Although protein does provide the body with energy, the main function of protein would be option B, which is for growth and repair. And the final strategy that we're going to look at involves analyzing terms such as all of the above and none of the above. So when you encounter these two terms, normally we advise that you do not select all of the above if you are pretty sure that one of the answers provided is incorrect. And the same would apply for none of the above. So if you are confident that at least one of the answer choices is true, do not select it. We've come to the end of another video. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share this video with someone who may find it useful.